Ciao, I'm Christopher Stewart. This next part I'm going to do in several parts. I'm going to subletter them so it'll be like sequence 3, A, B, C, etc. because I really want to go in depth into this. Now, the dumbest thing on earth, anytime I talk about the hard R's, okay, and I did a number of them, Young Lady Chatterley 1 and 2, Lady Chatterley's Lover, Mata Hari. I can't bring myself to call it The Sensuous Nurse. It was the worst dubbing we ever did. See it, it's La Infermiata. See it in Italian, it's much better. Diodedum's masterpiece of Venus, things of this nature. When I start talking about the hard R's, everybody stops me instantly with, wait, how old are you? How old were you? And this and that and so, totally ridiculous. If I spun the camera on Tracy Lords and Tracy started talking about her film career and her life, you wouldn't interrupt her. Not for all the tea in China, not for all the gold in the world. And it really kind of gets irritating. It really does. But basically, you know, we'll get into that in a moment. I personally am a little bit self-conscious right now as to my build and everything. And part of that's because of everything in my life. But my best friend and parachute partner, who's Jeff Austin, and he's of course the husband of exercise physiologist Denise Austin, always said to me, Chris, never be self-conscious. Never. Okay? You're always in shape, even if you think you're not, because you're an athlete. Okay? So it's okay to show a few before pictures, after pictures, this kind of thing, because, you know, you show a picture of yourself beforehand and your fans just love you all the more when you show them after. Okay? And, well, I kind of take that. And this is me. Here I am, 47 years old and slightly out of shape. Why am I slightly out of shape? Well, I was injured. I came back from Desert Storm and I took rounds to my shoulder, I took rounds to my back, and that's made it very difficult to work out because, you know, I start lifting weights and it starts to hurt and I have to stop. And when the moment you stop lifting, oh my God, trying to start again is a nightmare. And you know, but that's part of it. And it's just the whole, I need to learn how to do things slower and just slowly work on my body for the rest of my life. But, you know, I can still do acrobatics. You know, I'll do that until I die. Anyone tries to look at me and goes, hey, Chris, you know, you're starting to get up there in age. Let some young stunt kid do that for you. I'd go, give me a break. Give me a flying harness. I'll show you the damn world. I mean, come on. You know, and I'll do that until I'm 90. If I die doing stunts, I'll be happy. Who cares? You know? And that's the thing. I've done a lot of stunt work in my life. And I've gone through a whole heck of a lot. I mean, this shoulder is really, really shot. But, you know, I can still do it all. I'd rather not do backflips and acrobatics without at least support equipment, safety harnesses, and a spotter. But that's the whole 9 yards of it. So the whole point of this is, see this? That's been there since I was approximately 7. That's open heart surgery. Now, obviously, you were not actually seeing my chest. This is proving absolutely, beyond the shadow of any doubt, Title 18. Okay. When I did those films, I had a rubber chest plate which went over my chest so you didn't actually see my scar. Scars are not photogenic, and besides which, I was always self-conscious about it. So that's the first thing. You know, people sit there and go, but you were naked. I was not naked. I was wearing rubber. And the FBI has a copy of my rubber chest. Additionally, all of our films, regardless of what country they were in, strictly followed the laws of that country. Okay? We had federal agents on board to double check and make sure. So everything comprised. Now, when you start looking at everything and asking questions, the FBI is free to answer anything. You just give them a call. They'll let you know. They'll tell you the whole story. We've been through this 1,000 times, guys. Okay? Back when we started into all of this in the 80s, we got together, several FBI psychologists, brought together a group of agents spanning the agent bracket of the United States. And these agents were of all likes and types. Some were liberals, some were conservatives, some were whatever, religious backgrounds, this, that, and the other thing, and the whole 9 yards. They brought an entire melting pot of agents to this meeting. And then they showed clips from things like Fanny Hill and Young Lady Chatterley 2, etc. And they were watching and studying the reactions of all the agents. And they didn't tell the agents what the whole thing was about, because this is a psychology test. So they asked the agents, what do you think? Will you represent this actor? And they pointed to me. And they had fully explained how everything was verified, how everything was compliant with Title 18, and the whole 9 yards. Okay? They brought up all the legal documentation. They brought up all the information right there for the agents. And the agents were mortified. And the results of the test, the FBI officer looked at the heads of HBO, Showtime, and Cinemax and said, okay, gentlemen, here's your contracts. And they handed out the contracts with the dates. And they said, you must follow these to the letter. You must follow the dates to the exact letter. And of course they did. And of course, everyone didn't have a problem with this, except the agents. The agents were mortified again, going, what do you mean? You're not stopping this? And the FBI went, ladies and gentlemen, I think you misunderstand. We were not asking you questions about anything. We were asking for an opinion about representing an actor. We were studying your psychological response. We are still studying your psychological response with regards to this actor and these films. Now, we fully explain that these films do follow Title 19, or Title 18, and we have made sure everything works. The whole point of this is, ladies and gentlemen, these films are already done. They're not in production. They are foreign films. They are the contracts that these gentlemen are seeing and signing and taking care of are the U.S. release of foreign films. And we have the documentations from the foreign countries where they are played in, where they were made in, which comply with everything legally. This has been checked, double-checked, rechecked, and checked again, and verified by every country. So, one very large possibility as to why even at 47 I cannot have a single agent say, hey, you were in that film. That's fantastic. Is probably because they blacklisted me for no reason whatsoever. Now, that's the basic story point behind a lot of the hard R. I mean, as you can clearly see, that is not my chest. So, this is the whole 9 yards of it. Well, that off my chest. We will continue with other parts where I will go further in depth into sections of this series.